Hello, this is Arcades, and welcome to a bit of a tips and trips video here on Stormworks Build and Rescue. And yeah, I thought I'd talk about something that I was discussing with somebody on my VOD that I recently posted. It had to do with getting ships to sink. Person was wanting to make a creation. They wanted to get something to sink, and I took a look at it. Not his creation specifically, but into the sinking aspect, and I did figure out a remedy. I don't know if it's a full-blown solution, but I thought I'd go ahead and share it. And if you want to make a creation that sinks and you're having troubles with it, maybe take a look at this and see what you can get done. See what you can do with it. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, so sit back, relax. Hope you enjoy what you watch. Hope you like what you see. If you do, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Helps out the channel immensely. And yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so what you see down there is I have the same, like, some similar demonstration box that I showed the person. If you go check the bot out. Hello, fishy. Basically, it's just a box, has a door on the bottom, some weights, and some valves, and we're going to check these all out. Now, in some of the tests I did, if you just open the door with no extra, ventilation, it ends up stopping at like a certain point. And I believe with this box, from the little preliminary test I did to make sure this works properly, it was about 5,400, I think? 56, I think, at most. It kind of varies, but what'll happen is it'll fill up and then it just starts slowing down. It's something about the pressure balance and how the doors transfer gases. Because I'm pretty sure this is actually very specific to doors, whatever the issue is. And from what I could tell, if you just use just doors, you end up coming up with like some sort of pressure balance issue. That's what it feels like. And with however they're coded to transfer gas and water between, gas and fluids between them. See, like we're sitting around 5,000 right now. No more is coming in. And as you see, we're just sitting out here. It might be a buoyancy thing, that the water's not heavy enough to pull it down to keep causing the water to come in, or it could be a pressure thing. But as you can see, I do have a valve. I do have a flow valve that causes air to go out, but keeps pressure from outside coming back in. But we have this open up here, which should be all water. But it's not forcing its way in, even though it technically would have higher pressure. I don't have it here, but I did test it. Like, the barometer for out there showed it to be at like 1,000,001. And the outside air is like 0.999999. Something like that, yeah. But we got a pressure of 0.015, so you think it'd be exiting out, but something about... It's just not. So what I ended up doing is I tested out different configurations, and the best one that came up for me to get this thing to sink was literally to have like on-off valves, some sort of method of closing these valves and setting them up with no other than that. Nothing else special in there. Having a flow valve that actually pushes air out. Or forces the air to stay out and not come in. And then just open these up. And they'll let water in. And for a while there, it'll sit and teeter. You go back and forth, but you will see a cumulative effort that will slowly go up. And eventually, it'll just start sinking once it hits like some tipping point, like some plateau. Like, as long as you can see, they're flowing in. Now, this was a free-flowing design. This was a design that wasn't supposed to use pumps or anything like that, because it minimizes, the system setup. I mean, overall, using pumps to push the stuff into a space and air out was the most efficient. But if you wanted to just flow naturally, it found either causing the damage... certain types of damage, or a pump setup like, or not a pump setup, but a pipe setup like this, along with the doors. Now, I'm not going to go show it here, but I did have a little issues trying to do multi-segment one, like say multiple compartments. I did have some interesting, to get it to sync, it wasn't hard, but if you wanted it to actually fill, there was actually an interesting issue. But that's not the point of the video. That might come in a later one. But know that having air transfer, or having pipes that would transfer the flow of fluids between those different bulkheads helped a lot in getting that to sync as well. But as you can see here, we're taking on more water now. We're actually going to sync. We've gone past that point of balance, and it's just starting to get out. And you can see even the pressure starting to drop. This is an interesting phenomenon I noticed with it, is that the pressure just keeps dropping. I've had, experience of it getting down as low as 0.5 inside this room. So, yeah. So, like I said, the main thing to keep in mind is I've had it work in this manner. I tried putting flow valves on these, just pointing in. It would just come to a stop. I took the flow valve off there, just had ports and ports. It would stop. And this is all with the door open. So something about the flow valve creating a directional flow for the air to go out, on top of, not having flow valves here, just made something, it just ends up working. It does. And you can see we're already at like over halfway. And this is a 26,000 liter capacity volume that we're sitting in. And it's only taken like, a few minutes to get this point. And any minute you can see it's slowly going down, and it will eventually just pass that point of no return and just drop. Now, all right, as you can see, we finally sunk. I'll try to put the total time up. I will try to put the total time up for how long it took it to sink, but yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So pretty much, give this a try if you're having troubles causing your creation sink. Try to get yourself a outward air valve vent going to the outside with a flow valve to let the air out, and just use some regular on-off valves to control the flow coming in, along with a door. Because something about the door alone with that doesn't work. Something about needing these extra pipes just to how they transfer the water is just a bit different, so it ends up breaking a stalemate that would happen between the buoyancy, pressure, and the water through the door. So, I'm Arcades. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed what you watched. If you did, you know the deal, you know the spiel. This is Arcades, signing out. Have yourself a good day. Whee!